Water complains on the Super Smash Bros. Roster. A lot of people just accept it for the way it is. Yes, your pick may have not been added to the game, but hey, a lot of people appreciate it. But what if things were different? And today, I'll be creating the perfect Smash Bros. Roster. This roster will be even better than Smash Bros. Ultimate. First, starting with the characters that I would remove. Every character I remove, I will replace with a new character. The first character is. Oh, let's talk about Jigglypuff again. Oh. This is always gonna roll some eyes because Jigglypuff is a power duo as well, but come on. Jigglypuff is not even a very popular Pokemon. Jigglypuff is not one of the mascots of Pokemon either. Actually, Jigglypuff was so well beloved and so amazing that they almost forgot to add it in Pokemon Sword and Shield, and the game be like, oh shit, we actually have to add Jigglypuff because Jigglypuff's in Smash Bros. Gotta make the Smash people happy, and yeah, Jigglypuff was even like the top 30 most popular Kanto Pokemon. Pikachu was on there. Obviously, Mewtwo was on there. Charizard was on there. I think Squirtle was on there, and of course Venusaur was on there. I think as well. But just imagine being and this is the problem with the so-called gaming icon thing, because there were characters that used to be icons in the game industry like 20 years ago or yesteryear, but are not very popular anymore. I think we should replace Jigglypuff for another extremely popular Pokemon. I think from a gen that has not been represented yet, so there's several gens that have not been represented yet. You have Gen 8, Gen 9, and of course Gen 5 and Gen 3. I know Game Freak loves Gen 1, but I have an idea. Instead of having Jigglypuff in Smash Bros., we can represent with another fairy type from Gen 3, Gardevoir. Of course, this would make a lot of sense as Gardevoir is one of the most popular Pokemon and is often a staple in teams, and also it has a Mega Evolution as well, which could be represented as well. I think Gardevoir is a much better representative for the fairy typing. With if you want to use Jigglypuff as the representative for fairy types, why don't you just add Gardevoir? Because Gen 3 is not represented at all with playable characters, and thus, yeah. The next character I'll be getting rid of is Dark Samus, and I just don't think there is a point to having a little Samus clone on the roster. Okay, you can see this a lot. Okay, removing clone characters or characters that are basically like clones. Like, I know they're always the most easiest characters to remove, but I think there are much more popular characters. But I think if they want to have this character in the game, they have to give Dark Samus a distinct moveset. But there were other characters, Metroid characters, and you could be doing characters before Metroid Dread, so we can choose Emmy, okay? Maybe for the Smash Ultimate 2, or the next Smash game, yes. I think maybe choosing Cyrox from Metroid Prime, because you have a villain of Ridley. I've never really played Metroid games, but I know Cyrox is one of the most popular characters in all of Metroid. So we'll put in Cyrox instead of Dark Samus. The next character I think should be removed is Dr. Mario. Yeah. Replace him with fucking Paper Mario, okay? Paper Mario would have a much more unique moveset than Dr. Mario. I know it's replacing it with another fucking Mario, but Paper Mario has its own little series and has its own literal canon. Okay, Paper Mario also functions very similar to Mr. Game & Watch. You know, yes, you're having two different Marios on the roster, but although I have one that actually represents a series that people actually like, and also Paper Mario, you can add the partners as well, which means you can swap through all the partners, and all of the partners will be a part of Paper Mario's moveset. I'll just suggest the partners from Bowser Door, since they're the most iconic of them all, as well. You can add in the 1,000-fold arms. You can have the hammer. You can add in all of the moves that Paper Mario has with the hammer. You can also add all the different types of jump moves as well. And also you can add in like more like a as a final smash, you can have like more of the thing stickers appear. I know people like really representing sticker style, but or if you want to go Power Rangers, let's use one of the style attacks. But I think the fan one would be pretty funny. Everyone having to escape the fan. But let's just go with Fauzi Adora with that. Then we can use like one of the various moves that is used in the style moves basically as well. Or you can also add in the Pixies as well if you want to put Super Paper Mario's moveset as well. Again, Paper Mario is a character of a wild potential and they're fucking stuck with Dr. Mario. Okay? Yeah, Dr. Mario has to go. Okay? There was no need for freaking Dr. Mario on the roster. And Zelda is going to get a huge overhaul on this roster. I think Zelda's character representation, I think the amount of characters is fine, but we need an overhaul. We're going to be getting with Sheik, Young Link, and Toon Link. I know people will be like, really? Sheik has a history in Smash Bros. How dare you cut Sheik? But unlike Mario, who has tons of characters, Zelda has tons of characters that are not in the game that should be represented. I think instead of Young Link, we should have Skull Kid. This is a very obvious choice as almost everyone, even non-Zelda fans, want Skull Kid in the game. He is one of the most memorable Zelda villains of all time. Instead of Sheik, we can have Impa. Impa will basically have a very similar moveset to Sheik. And then who to replace Toon Link with? I have several options for this. I'll pick Vati from the Toon series as basically so we can have a character to represent the Toon series. There we go. We fixed the Zelda roster. We added Skull. We added two very popular Zelda characters, and we also added a character to represent the Toon series as well. And Link can represent Breath of the Wild, and that type of series. And Link to the Past can be represented by Zelda. Ocarina of Time can be represented by Ganondorf, and every Zelda character represents a different game. Okay, which I think that will be a very cool idea. And the next cut is Pichu. Replace Pichu with Umbreon. Okay. We have Ivysaur and Duck Hunt Dog, which are quadrupedal characters. Umbreon would work just fine. Umbreon is the most popular Evolution, and also Umbreon is a cool-ass Pokemon, so replace freaking Pichu with Umbreon. The next character to remove is Lucina. Instead of adding another Fire Emblem character, because we have too many Fire Emblem characters, why don't we replace the Lucina with a new character? Okay, Kirby doesn't really have a lot of representation for some strange reason. And we'll replace Lucina with Banana Waddle Dee. Why? Because Kirby should have Banana Waddle Dee as a playable character. Banana Waddle Dee is like one of the most important Kirby characters. And they just have 8 Fire Emblem characters. Yeah, Fire Emblem should have like 3 or 4 characters, I think at the bare minimum. But 8? 8? We already went over Zelda. Mewtwo can stay. And then we have Chrom. Okay, Roy is a fan favorite, so I'll keep him, but Chrom needs to go. Okay, we'll keep Robin to represent Fire Emblem Awakening, that game, but Chrom can go. Okay, and we'll replace him with Dr. Eggman. It'll finally give Sonic much needed more representation on the roster, and also it'll add another villain to the roster, a very iconic one, and that means. If you did not know, there was a death battle coming to a Bowser vs. Dr. Eggman. And also now Bowser and Dr. Eggman can finally settle in Smash. Yes, I love that phrase all too much. And we'll have one less Fire Emblem character on the roster. Next cut will be Doc Pit. Yeah. Why do we need Doc Pit on the roster? I get it. Sakurai, when he made Smash 4, had a love boner for Kid Icarus. Because he did make Kid Icarus Uprising. But I think replacing Doc Pit with simply just having Hades on the roster, who is the main villain of Kid Icarus, makes way more sense. Because you really have the main villain. And of course, Zero Suit Samus gotta go. Instead of adding another Metroid character, I think having 3 Metroid characters works perfectly. Because of course this is before Metroid Dread, and Smash Bros. Ultimate was made before Metroid Dread. Okay, so we cannot add any characters from Metroid Dread. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, I think instead of having Zero Suit Samus on the roster, we're adding another character, another Animal Crossing character. So we have Frozen, Isabelle, on the roster. I'm not removing either of them because Animal Crossing is one of Nintendo's most popular and most beloved IPs. I think Nintendo didn't know that Animal Crossing bought, but Animal Crossing still has like 10 million copies on the 3DS. I think Animal Crossing should have free characters. Considering the Fire Emblem games, yeah, fuck Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem is just ugh. But I think adding KK Spider or SETI, well, either of the two could replace Zero Suit Samus. Considering that at the time, Metroid was considered a dormant IP, and Animal Crossing is a IP that's becoming more and more popular as well. And also, they announced New Horizons at the same time they reviewed Isabelle for Smash Bros. I think having KK Slider or having Dustwick as a joke character. I think Rossetti would pick Rossetti. Having Rossetti as a joke character would be pretty funny. Okay. And we'll gain with Zero Suit Samus and Dark Purple. You added Paper Mario by removing Zero Suit Samus. The difference is Paper Mario is a totally different character and Zero Suit Samus is Samus without armor. Okay? And it only appears in like one game. Paper Mario literally has a whole fucking series of games that Nintendo that Sakurai continues to not put in Smash Bros. They literally have a fucking Paper Mario stage that's Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And they did not add Paper Mario in the game. Like, why? Okay. Next character to be removed is Lucas, of course. Earthbound is not that big. Okay, I'm sorry to all the Earthbound fanboys and Earthbound fans. Earthbound is just not that popular. What if we didn't even get an official release in America? I know, like, popularity doesn't matter who gets into Smash Bros. Or not, but Earthbound is not that big of a series. I think just keeping it to Ness makes the most amount of sense, as Ness is basically the mascot for the series. And who do we replace Lucas with? I think, I could add another Splatoon character, but again, Splatoon, when Inkling was put in the Smash Bros. It's a very new series, so starting with one character makes sense. But I think another series that is devoid, I think there was one character that Nintendo has rejected. But we'll get to that character later, but there was I think to fill in the Pokemon void, which is no Gen 5 representation, I think we gotta add a Gen 5 Pokemon. So what is the most popular Gen 5 Pokemon? I actually want to know this. Most popular Gen 5 Pokemon. Yeah. Like the poll. Okay. It's gonna probably be Hydreigon. That'll be pretty funny if it's Hydreigon. Okay, we have it pulled up. Maybe Q could add. And yeah, Umbreon makes sense. Yeah, Gardevoir was actually the third most popular Pokemon. It's one in the top 10. Jigglypuff is why is Jigglypuff in Smash Bros? Volcarona. That would actually be pretty interesting to put in Smash Bros. I know Volcarona it's apparently the most popular. And Sandalwood is the most popular Gen. I never thought Sandalwood would be the most. Yeah, Sandalwood would really make much sense in Smash Bros. I think Volcarona, even like Volcarona. But I think there is one Pokemon that they did try to put up as like the big Pokemon. We have the actual official survey here. There was one. Yeah, Sandalwood is actually the most popular universal Pokemon, but I think obviously the obvious choice has to be Zoroark. Okay. Zoroark was basically put up as like the Lucario. And also, you can also have a skin that makes him Husey Zoroark as well, which Zoroark would give some recency. Also, there's another Gen 3 Pokemon we could have put in as well instead of Gardevoir, which is either Blaziken, Sceptile, or Swampert. But Gardevoir is the most popular Gen 2 Pokemon. Gen 3 Pokemon. And yeah, and this means every Pokemon up until Gen 7 is represented. Every generation is now represented properly. Okay, which means we'll have a Unova and Hoenn Pokemon. I'm not gonna add in a Galar Pokemon as Galar came out after Smash Bros. Ultimate. You could tell me, we could make him a DLC Pokemon. But if we pick the Galar Pokemon, it actually would not be Cinderace. It will be Toxicity, as it's the second most popular Gen 2 Pokemon, Gen 8 Pokemon that actually fit into Smash Bros. Quite well. I just find Snom is at number 4. That's like the most hilarious thing ever. Snom is the number 4th most popular, and Woo is number 9. Woo is number 9. And apparently, for all I hate Italian guys, they're at number 10. So that means the least popular star is Rillaboom, despite its competitive viability. And actually, if we want to go by popularity, Charizard, if you had one Pokemon for generation, of course, besides Pikachu would be in the game regardless, and Mewtwo, so you can have them, it would be Charizard, it would be Umbreon, Gardevoir, and of course, Umbreon could represent the Evolutions, which are very popular subset of Pokemon. Lucario for Gen 4, which is no contest. If it wasn't Lucario, it would be Garchomp, which would also be very cool. Zoroark, because Sandalwood will not fit as a fighter. Greninja for Gen 7, for Kalos. And Gen 7, actually the most popular Pokemon for Generation 7 is Mimikyu, but Incineroar is pretty unique, even though Mimikyu is the most popular. I think Mimikyu having its role as a Pokeball Pokemon makes more sense. Also, Incineroar is a pretty good choice, but also there's another really popular starter, which is the CGI as well. And then, yeah, now we're done talking about freaking Pokemon, but the next character, okay, which character did we move as? Lucas? Okay, yeah, we moved Lucas. I know Earthbound fans will be upset. None of these characters, I wouldn't remove Rob because Rob's like an icon of Nintendo history. Wolf wouldn't be removed, he's a villain. The next character will be a very controversial choice, and that's Mega Man. Yes, Mega Man. People are like, what? Mega Man? He's an icon of the gaming industry. And yes, after Smash Ultimate released, there was a new Mega Man released, and guess what? No one bought it. Oh yeah, so much for the whole Mega Man hype when he was revealed for Smash 4. I just don't understand how 90s kids were able to convince Sakurai to put Mega Man Smash Bros. Over Ryu from Street Fighter. Again, Street Fighter is basically Capcom's golden IP, besides Resident Evil. I think adding a character from Resident Evil, there's like tons of characters from Resident Evil. Adding Leon from Resident Evil or adding a Monster Hunter which in recent years has seen as time Smash Ultimate released, seen an explosive rise in popularity as well. I think adding Monster Hunter over Mega Man makes way more sense. I know 90s kids would be like, but nostalgia. I'm sorry, but Monster Hunter. Also, they added a little Raphael boss in the game and then have Monster Hunter in the game. Okay. Yeah, I think Monster Hunter should be in Smash Bros. Honestly, Wii Fit Trainer's going next to. Like, who praised Wii Fit Trainer? Honestly, who praised Wii Fit Trainer? Like, Mies, I can understand, like, Mies deserve to stay, obviously, but Wii Fit Trainer gotta go. Like, who praised Wii Fit Trainer? Okay, I think Nintendo should give another very, lesser known IP a chance. I know, I think Nintendo sort of added this character a long time ago, and that's CP Robo. Like, why isn't CP Robo in Smash Bros? Like, his IP is very overlooked, and it's been very mishandled by Nintendo. Kind of like how Pikmin used to be. But Nintendo has really mishandled the CP Robo IP. Like, the first game, they were really instead of just putting it on the Wii, like, they sort of, to test to see if people would actually buy his IP. Also, if you want to get TB Robo, you had to go to like a specific, like, I actually have the TB Robo game. It was actually a pretty fun game, but the fact that this game is basically one of the rarest GameCube games, and also really removing Lucas because his series is obscure, but you're adding CB Robo. But again, it'll be like the Fire Emblem Xenoblade effect. Adding this character to Smash Bros. Would give more recognition to this character. This has happened before with Xenoblade and Fire Emblem. Now with Earthbound is the most ironic and funniest thing ever. Again, Earthbound is yes, Earthbound has become more popular over the past decade, but Chibi Robo deserves some love, honestly. Okay, like, out of all of the characters, like, Nintendo has basically safted Chibi Robo the most. There's also another similar IP about robots called Custom Robo, but I have never played a single Custom Robo game in my life. And yeah, I think Nintendo should definitely give CP Robo another chance. Maybe remastering, or remaking the original game on the Switch too. Come on, Nintendo. It has to be done. Rosalina can stay, Little Mac can stay, Greninja can stay, Palutena can stay, Pac-Man can stay, Robin can stay because he represents Awakening, Shulk can stay, but yeah, all these characters are actually pretty good choices. Bowser Jr., Duck Hunt, Ryu. Since we have so many Pokemon, we'll keep all the Mario characters, except for Dr. Mario, who has been replaced with Paper Mario. Okay, I think if we want to represent Capcom as I think replacing Ken with Chun-Li would make more sense. Okay, first of all, Chun-Li is basically like the second most popular Street Fighter character. I know people love Ken, and he's the original Echo character, but we have basically removed every other fucking Echo character from the roster. So replacing Ken with Chun-Li makes a lot of sense. Or we want to just replace Ken with, like, Leon S. Kennedy, considering the fact that Resident Evil, Capcom's other golden child, hasn't been represented in Smash Bros. Yet, which is kind of funny that Resident Evil and Street Fighter are basically the two moneymakers of Capcom, and Resident Evil isn't represented, but Mega Man is. I know it's because of nostalgia, but yeah, I think Resident Evil will probably be in the next Smash Bros. Game. Or Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter, Resident Evil, and Street Fighter are practically, Capcom's free money makers at this point. They are basically the cash cows of Capcom. Cloud can stay. Robin. Corn. Okay, so we removed Corn. Okay, we kept Ike, we kept Roy, we kept Moth, and we kept Robin. But should we keep Corn? Corn is actually a pretty unique character, as Corn can transform into a dragon. In his or her Final Smash. Yes, there are two genders of Corn, because it's male and female Corn. But the problem is, Ike is like the more heavy character, and Roy, he's just an icon of the fight. I mean, I think he's just as iconic as Moth. Ike is a more heavy playstyle. Robbie uses the books and stuff as well. And also Corn, the problem is Corn is still not another sword user. At least I think keeping Byleth and getting rid of Corn makes more sense. As Byleth's moveset, I think a lot of people grew on Byleth, and I think Corn just needs to go. Who likes Corn? Corn is the most disliked Fire Emblem character in protagonist. Also, Fire Emblem Fates was not a very popular game, compared to Fire. At least people actually like Free Houses, but I don't think anyone likes Fire Emblem Fates. Okay, besides that one character with the big boobs. I think everybody likes that character, but everything else in Fire Emblem Fates, no one likes. Okay. And who should we replace Corn with? Okay. I want to replace Nintendo characters like Nintendo characters. I think, yeah. Add another character to an already existing series? What series should we do? I actually wouldn't give Donkey Kong free character. I think Donkey Kong everything characters is enough. I wouldn't give Donkey Kong 4 characters. I know people love Donkey Kong Country, but Donkey Kong Country at this point was pretty absent. What's a Western Nintendo IP that hasn't been represented as a playable character? Oh, Golden Sun! So like with CP Robo, Golden Sun's another Nintendo IP that people have been begging Nintendo put Isaac from Golden Sun. Begging. Golden Sun fans just want to be recognized. So let's replace Corn with Isaac from Golden Sun. I think that's a very fair trade-off because you replace one of the worst Fire Emblem characters with Isaac from Golden Sun, which I think is a very fair trade in my opinion. Which, yeah. Next character, these three characters I think should stay. Even Bayonetta. Simon and Richter should stay though. Okay, do we need to... Okay, actually, replace Richter with Alucard because he's the most popular. Why did they make Alucard the most popular Castlevania character in this trophy? Again, they made Guillermo and Skull Kid and Midna assist trophies as well. But yeah, Richter should be, we'll move all the icons, and of course, unfortunately, Piranha Plant has to go. Replace Piranha Plant with Waluigi, goddammit. Waluigi should be in Smash Bros, okay? And also, I think Piranha fits more as an assist trophy than Waluigi. Consider the fact that Waluigi is an actual character and Piranha is a piranha plant. Also, you can make Feedy Piranha assist trophy. It can reference Smash Bros. Brawl. That would be pretty funny. Oh, that's Piranha's final smash. Joker could stay here. Oh, Banjo-Kazooie. Replace Banjo-Kazooie with Master Chief. I get it was a promise from Microsoft to represent the Rare era, but Master Chief is far more iconic. Also, you don't have many characters from mature games. Toei can stay. He is a iconic fighting game character. Byleth can stay. Unfortunately, Min Min can stay and Steve can stay. The other characters are Sephiroth, I think Pyra, Mithra, and Kazuya and Sora. I'm gonna keep all four of them as, I actually think the DLC characters could probably stay the same. Yes, that means Banjo-Kazooie could be in the game. Maybe, but I still think Banjo-Kazooie being Smash Bros. Had a really good effect on Microsoft. But hey, at least Microsoft's probably willing to sell Banjo-Kazooie to Nintendo. So at least Banjo-Kazooie could come back. I think if Nintendo had their hands on Banjo-Kazooie, they'll bring back Banjo-Kazooie immediately. Or they could also replace Banjo-Kazooie with a character like Rayman or another platforming character that's also pretty decently popular. But I think having Master Chief and Smash Bros. To represent Microsoft along with Steve being the two most popular IPs Microsoft owns makes more sense. I know people like you're just going based off of game sales, but come on. Halo is the best game ever, and it should be in Smash Bros. So, shut up. Okay? Come on. Halo really has some of the best narrative story-wise in any game. At least the Bungie games, not the free for free industry games. Those games can. And I think Master Chief will use the various guns. You can even give Master Chief. I think the stage for Halo should be Forge World. It'll be very similar to Mario Maker, where the stage creates itself, or it could be the very iconic Blood Gulch from Halo 1, or one of the missions from the Halo series. But I think having Forge World like a Mario Maker as stage would make a lot of sense. Also, the items you can really, I think it makes like the Warhog like an actual item you get in a vehicle you can drive as well. And Master Chief's Final Smash. What would Master Chief Final Smash? There's actually a few good options. Like Master Chief could summon a tank, the Scorpion tank, or Master Chief can grab if they want to add any power weapons, Master Chief can summon a power weapon as well. Or Master Chief can have a cinematic Final Smash. Or actually, you can make Master Chief make a copy of the Captain Focus Final Smash of a Warhog and have it ram into someone. There's actually so many possibilities. And they picked Banjo-Kazooie because of 90s kids. 90s kids, again, represent a majority of the Smash fandom. Not us 2000s kids who enjoyed better games. And yeah, I think TV will be in Smash Bros. I think that would be a very good opportunity to represent I think TV Robo and Isaac being in Smash Bros. Is a big W. Considering the fact that both characters are from obscure series that Nintendo has seemed to have forgotten about, I have all four added forgotten Nintendo characters in Smash Bros. And giving them a second chance. And also keeping the characters like all the retro characters and keeping the NES as a retro rep as well would make a lot of sense. Since Earthbound is basically a dead series, and that the creators of Earthbound, or Mother in Japan, they really don't want to make a fourth game. Or if you really want to get rid of NES and replace them with Sans. Maybe we'll never hear the end of Sans' NES series. I'm just saying that as a joke, obviously. they will never replace Sans with NES with Sans. Right? But now we're wrapping to this video. Could we add any additional characters? But we're just adding and replacing characters. I think this is a pretty decent idea. And Smash 6, I think, is going to remove a few characters in the roster. And I think if they really want to cut characters, all the characters I mentioned, maybe besides the third-party characters that I mentioned, right now you can replace Wii Fit Trainer with Ring Fit Trainer. More people would rather play as Ring Fit Trainer, though, that game that released, than Wii Fit Trainer. Also, going to add in Pauline to represent the dual Mario, to represent Mario Odyssey. Or add in Waluigi, goddammit. Come on. Waluigi has been fucking absent from all fucking Smash Bros. Games. being left out with Banana Waddle-Dee to rot. Come on, Nintendo. Add in Waluigi for Smash Bros. And Banana Waddle-Dee, because these two are two very important characters, and Nintendo continues to neglect to put into Smash Bros. For some strange reason. Goodbye.